Okay, here is how to connect your KCTC mesh unit wirelessly to your KCTC router. As you can see, I have a router here, all the lights are on, it's got broadband, service light is flashing, everything's plugged in, the power, the data, and then this just goes to a computer. And here's the mesh unit. Normally you would have this, somewhere else in your house where you're trying to extend the Wi-Fi range. Still within the area where you can get Wi-Fi from the router, but on the edge or something so that you can extend it. I'm just gonna show how to do this with everything all right here so I can do it on camera easily, but that's the idea. So to start out with, you plug in your mesh unit. There's the power cable right here. Plug it into the wall, plug it in here, and then after a few minutes, these three lights will come on. I've already done it because, it takes a few minutes for everything to get up to this point, so just to save time. And then you go to wherever your router is, and you see this WPS button down here on the bottom. It's underneath these lights, and you click and hold that for about 5 seconds. And the green light will flash. And then when you let go, it should turn orange and start flashing, and that means it's searching. And then you have some time to go to wherever the mesh unit is, and you see on the back by the power cable, there is this little WPS button, which matches WPS here. And I'm gonna click it, hold it down for about 5 seconds until these lights start flashing, and then I let it go. And now I'm just gonna let it go. They should be looking for each other and communicating. It might take a little bit for everything to get set up. There they stop flashing, this stopped flashing, and that means that they can kind of see each other. So everything is working. And now it still might, even though it can see the network, it might turn off a few times, turn back on. It's getting set up with the router. So it still might take, 5 or 10 minutes for this thing to be fully functional, but once you're at this point, you know that everything is communicating and getting set up. Also, if you have this farther away from the router, this red light shouldn't be on. It's on right now because they're right next to each other and it's saying, hey, you might want to move the mesh unit a little further away because they can kind of clash. So that's why this red light is on. But if I were to plug it in, farther away in the house and set this up, it wouldn't necessarily be there. Yeah, so that's what's happening. And then eventually this orange light here will turn off on the router, and that's fine. As long as these green lights are on, the mesh unit is working and communicating wirelessly with the router. And so that's it. That's how you set it up. Thanks.